There's no better feeling than a personal win, and the State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you do just that. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Everything you learned in history class was a lie. Well, maybe not everything, but they skipped the best parts. Introducing Stupiracy, where stupidity meets conspiracy. Ever heard of the Olympic marathon that nearly killed its runners? Or the time a pope put another pope's corpse on trial? Join me, Scott Rizzuto, and Tim McKernan as we uncover the most outrageous historical moments and mind-blowing conspiracies you won't believe actually happened. Tune into Stupiracy for your weekly dose of historical absurdity. Available wherever you get your podcasts. Remember, history is dumb, but laughing at it is smart.
Factory.
And now, live from the TCL broadcast studios, it's Joe Souchere and Patrick Royce with Sports Talk.
It's like you're having withdrawal.
Poor Herb Santana is going to be out there battling for his life, and we can't even support him. We don't know what happened to the remote.
I told you.
You know, here's part
Joe,
of
I told you. He was not going to be able to help himself. He did not give up on the local lads.
I want to
He is not done with them.
I wanted to observe so I could badmouth them. Plus, it's something to do during the show. But
What am I holding?
where was it?
In my briefcase.
Oh, you were playing a prank on us.
Well, you're the big talker.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm selling my house. I'm done. And we bet each other. We knew damn well you'd have to have the game on TV.
Now that you bring the remote out, though, why do we have 4 of them? I want one remote. Get rid of all this crap we got out here. We got 4 remotes. It's stupid. We got one TV. Let's have one remote.
Folks, for those of you at home tuning into the program, he did utter, call the TV department.
Now I got to hit this one, right?
I thought it was...
I'm coming in.
I think I got it.
I have no idea.
I think I got it.
Okay.
TCL broadcast. Oops, she just turned
It's
off.
a great TV, but you turned it off.
I have a little trouble. Mm-hmm. Here it is. Okay, what channel?
862, I believe.
What channel is
863?
862.
Golf is 862.
863, then.
Yep.
There you go.
There you go.
Twins
It's
of
a
Toronto.
technological miracle.
Okay. All right. We did her. Let's go Mets. Mm-hmm. The Phillies come back and win, right?
Yes,
win
they
again.
did. Yes.
So last night, Phillies, 5 hours and 55 minutes, 16 innings, ends at 1:10 a.m.
Who they beat?
They beat the Dodgers on a 3-run homer by Trevor Plouffe, who just got to Philly about 10 days ago. And you know who he hit it off? Did you see that, Reavers?
No.
Vaunted reliever Kiki Hernandez.
No.
They
ran out of pitchers?
They had Canley Jansen pitched 1 2/3 and then hooked him.
Where was the game played?
In Philly.
Yep.
But it was...
Is our guy JT Chargois still with the Dodgers?
No, I think he's in AAA.
Okay.
But I turned it on for a while. They had a big umpire delay because one of the umpires got sick or something. So they took Phil Cuzzy 20 minutes to get dressed.
Oh, man.
And then it started raining buckets, and they kept playing because they didn't want to stop because obviously they had an issue with today's game. But ended at 1:10 a.m. in Philadelphia today when Plouffe hit the home run. So. Anywho.
Well, your boys are only 7.5 back now.
I think Cleveland won today. Trevor Bauer was had 2-0 going into the ninth. I'm not sure if Cleveland did win or not. I'd have to check that. But, Cleveland's they're still not playing great. And Corey Kluber, the best pitcher in the American League over the last 4 or 5 years, has been getting hammered lately. So,
hey, the roof is open in Toronto.
Wow, that is beautiful. You don't get to see that too often. They must be getting. Do they get our weather, or is that lake in the middle? All those lakes in the middle prevent us from going straight over there.
I think the lakes have something to do with it.
We're on a pretty similar line, right?
Toronto might be just a hair south of us.
Yes, they are, but pretty similar line.
But they just had the aerial shot of Toronto, one of my favorite cities, and they're having a glorious day.
You know, our guy Linneman was on that where the shooting. That's his suburb out there.
Oh yeah,
lives in Toronto, and he and his daughter were down there about an hour earlier where the shooting took place by that insane. Apparently, this guy's problems was just mental health issues. He wasn't a terrorist or anything like that.
I have no idea.
The latest guy, he was mental health. He'd been. The cops knew who he was. He'd had caused some other disturbances.
I'm going to ask a dumb question.
Yeah.
Is that real grass in that ballpark?
No.
Sure looks like it.
No, well, that's the new turf, man. The turf looks. The new turf is Joe. You can put up with the new turf. It's pretty dang good.
Well, plus they have
Not
to
like the
completely
old
cut
bouncy.
out dirt infield, which makes it look like real grass.
Oh yeah. You got to have. Yeah, they pretty well got away from not having it cut out. I think, does Tampa still play it just on? Do they have a dirt infield, or do they just play on?
I can't.
It
remember
is
if they do or
amazing
not.
how we played all those years without a real infield.
Oh God, it was dreadful.
The Tribe did snap the Pirates' 11-game winning streak today, 4-0.
4-0. Trevor Bauer pitched 8. Boy, he's gotten good for a goofy son of a gun. He's pretty good.
Vikings opened today. They had a practice.
Yes, they did. Actually, Coach Zimmer and Spielman both addressed their feeling of loss with Tony Sperano, and they did have a practice. This is for the rookies, though. Mm-hmm. The new guys, the practice squad guys, the non-established veterans. The real one takes place Saturday. That's the first all-squad workout.
Well, when do the veterans report?
Friday.
All right.
But they got a report, and I think they've all taken their physicals and the like already, but did you see I don't know where they're camping them out. Do they got a dorm out there, or are they staying in a hotel? What are they doing, Reavers?
I have no idea.
I'm not sure. I listened to a fair amount of the boys today, and I don't know. And they discussed the new digs at training camp, and I did not hear them talk about.
They must. I would think they probably aren't building a dormitory out there. They might have a hotel out there.
Did you see where there's a museum now out there?
Yes, Viking Museum.
$20 to get in.
Really?
$20 for adults. $5 for kids.
Think I can get in with my press pass?
$20. That seems steep to me.
Especially
to look at a sweat-stained jersey.
They're trying to rip off the Packers. The Packers have had a Hall of Fame for 50 years, probably. So,
by the way, we are fact-based on this program. Mm-hmm. I just got a note that J.T. Chargois did throw for the Dodgers last night.
So he's back up.
He had a third of an inning, gave up one hit.
He was down for quite some time, but they might have brought him back up. So, Jeff, I bet they wish they didn't take him out after 1/3 when you end up having.
No kidding.
See, that's right out of the Gardy game plan. Don't save guys in case you go extra inning. Just run them out there and urinate away your whole bullpen, and then all of a sudden don't have anybody to pitch.
And guess when he threw that third of an inning? In the 9th.
Really?
Yes.
And then they didn't hook.
Is it Medea? He went 7. Then they brought in a guy named Alexander for 1, and Chargois started the 9th with and got one out.
And then they
way
to go, Dave Roberts, you moron. By the way, it's hard to run out of pitchers when you get 7 out of your starter, isn't it?
You would think so.
Yeah, should have. Boy, Barrios was good last night. Oof. That's what people tell me, of course. I wasn't.
You didn't watch.
No, you didn't watch. Yeah, why would you do that?
I couldn't be watching, but
you should have seen him, folks. He started to sweat. He couldn't find the remote.
He
demanded that the TV department show up here.
TV department.
Call the department.
Like we got a room of guys
what's a TV
with remotes.
Station? We're basically just up here on top of a TV station. There's got to be somebody there to
TV guys.
You're just not a prankster. If Rookie had been around, I would have thought of that. But
well, we concocted this, thinking that there's no way.
Well, we were going to make a bet.
Honest to God, he can tell you, I didn't know they were playing an afternoon game.
No,
I didn't know.
Yeah, I had to set up the prank by saying, the Twins are on at 3. Then he started getting shaky. Where's the remote?
I have to find it.
I can't find it.
How did you, by the way, you had a game last night, so you didn't see the
I only got
game.
to listen to it on my drive down to Glorious Faribault last night. I did not get to see any of the ball
John
game.
Axford was pitching for Toronto. He's still around.
This is the goofy guy that was with the Brewers forever, right? Yep.
All of a sudden, he decides to throw this god-awful changeup to Escobar, which Escobar just serves out of the ballpark for a 3-run homer. Boy, pitchers can be stupid. It was just a kind of a hanging changeup.
So he's throwing gas by everybody and then decides to get cute.
The best Eddie can do is foul it off, so then he flips him up a changeup and boom, see ya.
All right, just
Ball
a
game.
moment. Just a moment.
Ravers, I got a question for you.
Talk to me.
You're a baseball expert. How come right-handers like the high ones and left-handers like the low ones?
You know, I think it's the swing plane more than anything. Don't you?
Well, not all of them, but right-handed hitters, generally speaking, don't like the ball down.
No.
They like it belly button or in there, and left-handed hitters all like the ball down.
I think it's the swing plane more than anything.
It's just so.
It's the angle of the
Well, it is.
It is.
of the attack
It is,
plane.
but why would a left-hander's natural swing be different than a right-hander's natural swing?
Well,
That's
you got
something
that.
I should have studied during all those years I covered. You know, there's another reason
the
why
left
I
arm's
won't.
longer than
There's
the right
another
arm.
reason I won't get elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. I can't even answer a simple question like that. So.
You know what? Let's put it into Google.
Now, Google's going to tell you to go to hell. They don't have any idea.
It has something to
By
do
the
with
way,
one arm being longer
they
than
have
the other.
turned into one of the great rip-off companies in America.
Who?
Google.
What'd they do?
They now have it set up so if you're looking for somebody who's not paying them, takes it about 8 minutes to pop up.
By the way, when I typed why does, you know how to fill out the rest of it? First thing, why does it hurt when I pee?
So a lot of old people are using the Google.
Well,
then,
this
huh?
is usually rookie's computer, so maybe that has something to do
Maybe it
with
was him.
Yeah, well, that's there should be something else more important in society on the why does.
Jason Zucker in the fold.
Oh, we got him too.
Yeah.
5 years, $27.5 million.
Well,
Well, they're spending some money, aren't they?
he did okay, but Dumbo was.
Well, you think they're spending money, Kenny, till you see what Kevin Love signed with Cleveland
Yes,
to stay there.
yeah.
$120 million.
Well, you got
Who
less
cares
players,
about
and you're bringing in
basketball,
3
seriously?
times as much money. So
What you were about to badmouth Dumbo? What were you going to say, Patrick?
he's an idiot for signing that contract.
Dumbo is?
Yes, he's worth a lot more money than that.
Thank God we have him.
He should have taken 3 years, $6 million a year, but then become a free agent again.
I like him. He'll slap
I
a guy.
like him a lot too.
I
but he
really
was an
like
idiot.
Dumbo.
He got an idiot agent for accepting that contract.
Yeah.
He
happy to have him.
is of the caliber to he would fit right in a long playoff run. He'd be one of your stalwarts.
Absolutely.
Oh, he can score a goal, and he can set up a goal, and he can make the other team nervous
And you can
out
skate.
on the point.
He can skate and he can slap a guy too. He's an all-around player.
Yes, but he also can give up the puck. But when you have a aggressive defenseman, that happens. He'll turn over the puck some, but that's okay. Mm-hmm. I'd rather have him than Brodeen out there boring everybody to death.
You're not a Brodeen guy at all.
He's okay, but I said nobody's ever left a hockey game saying, "Boy, that Brodeen was good tonight."
You guys
Wow.
ever watch the station? I think it's called NHL Classics, where they just play old games. They play yesterday. They had a North Stars Rangers Stanley Cup playoff game, I believe. 1982. Does that sound right? 81, 82.
I would
Dino
say
was
they would have
playing.
played the Islanders, though, not the Rangers.
Yeah, maybe it was the
Well, the
Islanders.
Islanders dispatched us in 5 games.
Yeah, and I believe this
Or
was
6,
game
5.
1, and they pretty much finished us off in the first period. But Dino was there, Painter was there, a bunch of names I didn't recognize.
Such was there doing, that was the start of your radio career.
North Star
North Star Confidential.
Star Convention. Well, I was there as a sports writer.
I know, but you weren't given the Star Tribune readers confidential information.
No, I saved
Tribune
that.
reader.
Saved that for the radio.
You weren't giving them the confidential
Tonight's
information.
game will start at 7:25.
Penny, I think you agree with me. The greatest bit we had on morning radio show those 13 months was Cato Confidential.
Oh, that was
by
good
friend
stuff.
Chad Currier.
That was good stuff.
Yeah, what's going on, Chad, on Cato Confidential? It's boring as hell down here.
During training camp?
Yeah. Cato Confidential. We got the idea from North Star Confidential. We had Cato.
I think I saw a guy drive by.
Yeah, he said, one day he said, I got a scoop for you today. I just saw one of the Vikings walk in a shed and take a leak.
You'll only get that information on
Cato.
How many years were the Vikings in Bemidji?
Five. I always thought they moved when Bud came, but they moved Van Brockles last year.
Okay.
Probably
Two
over.
Mankato.
Yes, 66. So they were there from 6. They were there 52 years in Mankato.
I bet the times in Bemidji were quite festive.
Well, they were up there for 6 weeks.
Right.
6-7 weeks. Jack's Steakhouse, that's where Klobuchar and Dutch duked it out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, they got Jim Klobuchar.
He's a hothead, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. Well, so was Van Broccoli.
Who was telling us the story about...
Oh, go ahead.
Was it the NHL team that was training and they would go for a run, but all the guys had spots where they hid the beer?
That was Reed talking about when they went up to Halliburton for Ren Blair's thing.
That's right.
Moose Vasco Moose would get out early in the morning, go out and bury a 6-pack in the deep dirt up underneath a tree to keep it cold. And then they'd take these laps, or they'd have to take these laps up through the woods, And Moose would just go over and drink 6 beers while everybody else was hiding up there in the trees.
Come back plowed. That's great.
What's wrong with Moose?
He's feeling the effects of the heat.
Well, the only guy who drank more than the players was the coach.
Yeah.
Blair, he was nuts.
You shouldn't turn this game on. It's too distracting.
I didn't turn around.
I know. No, I am. I can't help but watch Irvin and see how he's doing. I don't like his glove. It's red.
Yeah, and the bill of his hat's rather
But here's the
flat,
good news.
too.
You know who they got rid of to make room for Irvin?
Got rid of the hippie, didn't
The
they?
guy with the hair. Yeah.
You were right.
Yes.
He should have cut it so they didn't notice him.
Yeah, they would have.
He's gone already? He was playing last night.
Yeah, I said that when you're as mediocre as him, get yourself a nice haircut so they can't
blend in.
so they don't notice you.
Right.
Yeah. Who is it?
Now, where did he go? Rochester?
No, they got rid of. They designated him for release, but nobody will take him. So
When the
he'll
hell
probably
did
end
all
up
this
back
go
in Rochester.
down this morning?
Well, yeah, because they had to make room for Herb, and they had to take somebody off the big roster to get Herb up here. So that's how that happened.
Well, Herb's not off to a flying start. There's 2 runners on and 1 out.
Well, that happens.
Well, I'm aware that it happened. I know that it happens. I know how that happened.
That thing with the Islanders, of course, I missed that series because I was on the secret government mission.
Oh, that's when you were.
Yeah,
Okay.
right, yeah.
Evidently, they sent the locker room. The Islanders sent the locker room a bouquet of flowers and some kind of card. Sympathy card for their upcoming loss this evening.
Well, that's probably Trottier.
Fantastic.
Trottier was the agitator of all time.
It was fun seeing guys out there skating around with no helmets on, though.
Wasn't he the one that we got the great hockey clip video? Hey, Bellows. Wasn't that Trottier?
Trottier's the one that was questioning his manhood.
Yeah.
And our buddy Steve Payne looked like he was about 19 years old. He was a youngster in this game.
And the next year, Kenny, we were so close we could taste it. That was the advertising campaign. And then they got beat in the first round by a lousy Blackhawks team.
Sports Talk will return shortly, but now thanks to our
Active.com.
Here's John Height. He has lots of news.
Lots of news.
Good.
It's cloudy and 82. It's still really dark out here, but not raining.
Not
It's been
raining.
that way all day.
Joe, did you look outside?
I just did.
Oh, okay.
Is it going to rain?
Well, there is stuff on the radar, as they say, but who knows? I don't know. Twins Toronto.
Thank you, John.
We could use the rain.
Pat, John is what we call officially checked out.
No,
He's got vacation coming up.
there's a news conference on TV involving the president and some kind of trade deal, and I asked John, "Hey, John, what's this all about?" And he goes, "What's all what about?" It looks like they had a press conference.
As he's looking at North Dakota brochures.
I think Brucey Vale just told us that the U.S. and the EU have avoided their trade war.
That's exactly what was breaking, yes. That's what it looked like anyway from what Kenny just pointed out to me.
Good job, John.
Thanks.
Way to be on top of it.
Twins in Toronto underway
Yes,
up north
here you go.
of the border. It's 1-0 Toronto in the second. Irv Santana, of course, making his first appearance of the season. First inning, he gave up a run, 2 hits, a walk. He did strike out 1.
And by the way, did you guys see Max Kepler trying to retrieve the double?
Fell down.
He didn't handle the turf too well.
He looked like the T-ball game I'm about to go watch with my 6-year-old tonight.
fell flat on his face.
That was kind of funny.
Sam Gaviglio is on the mound for the Blue
Never
Jays.
heard of him.
I haven't
Have you,
either.
John?
I haven't, but he has several. I think he's 2.
Sounds like a hitman.
Hey, don't mess with Gaviglio.
You're going to a T-ball game tonight?
Uh-huh.
Could you do us all a favor and keep your mouth shut? Don't embarrass us. Just all you do is clap and cheer. No criticism. Don't pull the Royce thing. Just be a good parent.
I
When
usually
I
try
show
to
up
be.
at these kids' games, I hear people in the stands say, "Here comes that guy again."
To complain about that guy, yeah.
There is one dad, though, that's really into it.
Don't be that
No,
dad.
you can't be
just,
that dad.
Just
It's
relax
T-ball,
and
sir.
clap and yeah.
No, but now that my guy is in the coach's pitch, I can start criticizing.
No.
John, what good does it do you to have a lot of news?
I don't know, Joe.
Here you go, John.
No idea.
Go get him, Johnny.
The Wild
They
ever
bring in 2 stories. Who are you kidding?
Yeah, pretty much. Wild have agreed to a deal with Jason Zucker, 5 years, $27.5 million. The 26-year-old Zucker recorded 64 points for the Wild in 82 games.
Is that the end of our
last
free
season.
agents then?
I
Are
believe
we
so.
good?
Yeah.
I think we're good, right?
Anybody? Bueller?
Granlund.
You're the
is,
hockey guy, Joe. You should know.
I think those are the two.
He is.
Well, he's one of the guys.
He's a guy
I miss that guy. man.
One of the guys. One of the players
on our team.
on our team.
News notes from today. Minnesotans may be the target of scammers claiming to be with the IRS.
Oh
according
yeah, I
to-
got one.
people still
I got one
falling
2
for
days
this?
ago.
Did you?
Yep.
Didn't fall for it, did
How
you?
much did you give him?
You know what? When you get to be that magic 72 senior citizen, you get a lot more of these calls. When they know you're an old person, they think they can really scam you.
I have a question. You answer the phone when it's a number you don't recognize?
This one, yes, because I wanted to get rid of it. So
It's amazing. I
answered
know my number's in your phone book, and you never answer when I call you.
it. Tried to sell me something.
Better Business Bureau said scammers call the targets telling them they still owe taxes. The organization said there's been an increase in these type of scams in the last few weeks. The BBB said the IRS communicates only through the mail and allows taxpayers the opportunity to dispute debts. Those who are targeted are asked to hang up and file a complaint with the Federal
It's
Trade
a
Commission.
automated voice that sounds extremely official. A woman and very stern and saying, "This is an emergency. You must respond."
President Trump's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame was destroyed with a pickaxe overnight.
That'll show him.
How did he get one there? He's never started
the
anything.
For the
Apprentice,
show,
maybe?
the TV show, I'm
Apprentice?
guessing.
Oh, okay.
Shortly after the incident, a man who
That tells me they'll give out those stars to anybody.
I was just going to say,
Actually-
I think they pretty much put everybody on.
Don't they?
Anybody famous?
Don't they sell them? I think.
Oh, really?
Oh, they do?
I think
Really?
the fan club has to pay for one. I think that's how it works.
Ooh, the beer show's going to buy one.
It's not some kind of honor, you know. It's something that's paid for.
Shortly after the incident, a man who claimed to be responsible for the damage turned himself into police. Police told CBS Los Angeles whoever damaged the star apparently was the one that called it into authorities. Also happened
He
about
wanted the attention.
yes, apparently happened about 3:30 this morning. An Iowa woman who was ticketed for speeding in Nebraska maybe didn't take the citation seriously. Deputies clocked her at 142 miles an hour as she accelerated away from the original traffic
And I know
stop.
what Joe's going to ask. You've probably already seen the story.
Already got
They
it
already
because
talked about it, yep.
the John will tell you what kind of car it was.
Yeah.
The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office said the 31-year-old woman from Council Bluffs was eventually arrested on suspicion of willful reckless driving after deputies caught up with her for a second time early Saturday.
I like her.
Yeah, cops are a pain in the ass when it comes to the speed limit, aren't they?
Yes.
Just let it go.
It'd really be neat to know her first name, though, just to see what zone we might put her in.
The redheads, the strippers, anyone named Tiffany.
Deputies first stopped the 2018 Ford Mustang around 1 a.m. Saturday on Interstate 80 near North Platte after it was going 92 in a 75. The driver was cited and told she could leave. At that point, she took off at high speed. Deputies gave chase using radar to clock her at 142
So
miles.
a Ford Mustang will go 142?
In a straight line. If you're going to take a curve, you better back her down to about 70.
But wouldn't you love to know? I would love to know more about
Why
this.
don't we have her name?
I don't know.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. And none of the versions of the story has her name.
She probably hangs out with Adrian Peterson. You know, he likes to speed on the freeway.
Movie news, a couple of things.
Adrian is going to be driving a 2000.
He's going to be driving a UPS van
He's going to be
pretty soon.
driving a Nova pretty soon.
Movie news.
Use Nova. I guess that's the only kind of Nova you could have.
The Coen brothers have confirmed some details of their next project, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
This sounds good.
Joel and Ethan Coen had previously said the project would be a 6-part anthology series, which would be available on Netflix, but that has changed.
What?
Instead of a series, it will now be a feature film.
Good.
However,
But it's on Netflix, right?
yes, however, it will still be structured like an anthology and will stream on Netflix as well as getting a cinema release later this year. The movie will premiere at the Venice Film Festival in August. Tim Blake Nelson will play the lead role, while Zoe Kazan, Liam Neeson, and Tom Waits will also appear in the film. No further details about the movie.
We don't know
have been
what
released.
Buster Scruggs is supposed to be, huh? We do not.
The Tim Nelson guy was the one in, what is the one?
Oh, brother, where
Yeah, Oh, brother. Friend, some of your folding money's come unstowed. that one.
That movie was vastly underrated. That was pretty funny.
Fantastic movie.
And HBO is officially...
Especially the girls, the family. The family was just singing. Just,
the sirens.
Kids.
HBO is officially moving forward with the Deadwood movie. That announcement made by HBO programming president today on a summer press tour. It was Casey Bloys. He said all of these people worked hard to get this together. It's been a logistics nightmare getting all the cast members' schedules, but we are there. It is green-lit.
Isn't this your show, Kenny?
Oh, my goodness. I'm trying to turn my 18-year-old son onto it, and I told him, make sure you turn on the closed captioning because you're going to learn some new words. That you're going to use these words for the rest of your life. Fantastic.
Ian McShane, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Movie is scheduled to begin shooting in October, and they want to release it in spring of 2019. This isn't the first time he had been questioned about the movie, of course. Just last year, he praised a script he got for the film from series creator David Milch. He said, I wanted a script that would stand on its own, and I'm happy to say David totally delivered on that. It's a terrific script. The series, of course, ran on HBO. It ended in 2006, ran for 3 seasons and 36
So I wonder,
episodes.
are they going to go back to the same set, John? Do they still have those buildings? Do they have to rebuild?
Yeah, John.
They're in a gulch somewhere. I'm guessing California. What's going to happen here, John?
Well, when he called me, Mr. Bloys, and told me all about the movie, I don't know, Kenny.
You ever been to Deadwood?
About 100 times.
Yeah.
It's a serious letdown. It's like going to Walt Disney World. We, as a matter of fact, we were just through the Black Hills last time. Didn't even bother going through Deadwood. It's just a complete
I got a
waste
question
of time.
for you, Kenny. Have you followed my advice and seen Sexy Beast?
No.
Well, do it tonight. Ian McShane is so good. He's only on the screen for about 10 minutes. He's so good.
Isn't it horribly depressing?
It's horribly hilarious.
Is it on Netflix?
Ben Kingsley's the bad guy, and Ray Winston is kind of the main character, and it's great.
Horribly depressing. Is it on Netflix?
I think we could find it on Netflix or Amazon.
How does
Sexy
Quentin
Beast.
Tarantino get away with making all these old revisionist history movies? They're absolute crap, and Hollywood and America seems to love his garbage. How does he get away with that? Royce?
Django was pretty good.
Because he's
Django was a
stylistic.
piece of crap.
Django was good. I like Django.
Oh, it was horribly racist.
What channel is
Kenny.
Netflix?
What channel is 9 in here?
That'd be 9, Joe. like to do more news, but we're talking movies in here.
Okay.
Still arguing about Quentin Tarantino in here.
Kenny doesn't like him.
Manny says I'm a crybaby liberal.
I agree with Kenny on he's made a lot of clunkers, but
Hateful Eight. That's
Yeah, Hateful Eight was the one. I haven't seen that one,
think it's
so
awful.
I heard some bad
Awful.
reviews
Jackie
about that
Brown
one.
is as good
Jackie
as
Brown
he
is
gets.
fantastic.
As good
Pulp
as
Fiction
he-
is pretty good.
Yeah.
Joe, did you figure out what Channel 9 is in there yet?
Channel 9 in here is 9.
Attaboy. There you go.
The Twins, by the way, now have a 3-1 lead. Joe Mauer almost hitting one out to dead center
Smoke
field.
that double over the center
The
field.
red hot Joe Mauer.
Joe,
right.
it's not Channel 9, it's Channel 009.
Don't do that to him.
Yeah, don't make it worse. Here we go again. Making it past 90 years old might boil down to drinking a couple glasses of alcohol each night. That's according to a study of members.
Tomorrow, they'll tell you the opposite.
New study of the oldest demographic in the U.S.
What about smoking a cigar every day?
No cigars. Sorry.
How about crack?
Did you pick yourself up a crack habit, Joe?
No.
I think crack is kind of out of
Well, meth
mode, isn't it?
meth on
replaced
yeah,
it.
yeah, it undersells it.
That's that's
How
too
the
bad.
hell would you know?
I don't know, but those poor crack salesmen got put out of business.
I am here to support.
Let's hear John's
Walter
story.
White completely
Let's hear
ruined
the
the market
rest
right
of
back.
John's story.
Is this like
Worst
Cadillac?
job in America. Assistant crack
How you doing,
whore.
John?
Royce, is the battle between crack and meth like Lincoln and Cadillac? When you can afford the best.
Norm MacDonald, 1 year, worst job in America, crack whore. Next year, assistant crack whore.
Third assistant shift leader crack whore. John Hyde, let's hear the rest of that
Yeah,
story.
right. Okay.
The 90-plus study started in 2003 focuses on the fastest-growing age group in America to determine what habits lead to quantity and quality of life. This year, researchers at the Clinic for Aging Research and Education in Laguna Woods, California, focused on what food, activities, and lifestyles are commonly featured among those who live longer. They looked at 1,600 different people over 90. The study results showed that people who drank 2 glasses of beer or wine a day improved their odds of living longer than those who abstained by about 18%.
What if they hit a train, John? What if you've done all that stuff and you hit a train?
Cigarettes and old fashions got my mother 91 years.
That's right.
Exercising regularly and partaking in a hobby for 2 hours a day were also associated with longer lives.
What kind of hobby?
Surprisingly, people who
I've
were-
got 2 hours that are free.
Model railroading.
That's probably not going to be it.
Surprisingly, people who were a little overweight but not obese lived longer than normal or underweight people did. The head of the study said it's not bad to be skinny when you're young, but it's very bad to be skinny when you're old.
I
That's
gotta
gross.
I gotta lose 30 pounds so I can be in the very little category. Yeah.
What was the rival toy train companies? Lionel and what was the other one?
Mattel.
No, Lionel, American Flyer. Lionel and American Flyer.
Lionel's now owned by Neil Young.
I think so.
Yeah, it is.
He's goofy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's really goofy.
I've come to that same conclusion.
He's goofy.
Why did he buy the train
Hell of a
company?
musician.
Just a
For
big,
his son.
big train.
No,
aficionado.
John. He bought it for his. He doesn't have a son with some malady.
Yes, he has a son with,
Some sort of illness.
I shouldn't say because I'm not sure, but yes, he does.
Yep.
Yep. But he's also a big train guy. Yeah, so
Big
I like
car guy,
trains.
too.
I like train. In
I
Smyrna,
hate trains.
Oh, speaking of that, I left on vacation. What happened? No. The last I heard, you were in Chicago, and we knew that Katie was going to come home on an airplane, and that's
we
where.
all came home on an airplane.
Oh, you didn't take the train home?
No, I didn't.
He'd still be on it.
Kenny, you were 100% correct when you told me you're going to hate it because you don't drink.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to do on a train.
Yeah, that's
The guys who were drinking were having a good old time. The rest of us were saying, how much longer?
Are we there yet?
There he goes.
Me and the dum-dums that went to Chicago, we actually drank the bar car out of beer. Well, we had to go down to the luggage car and break into our own stash.
Or just make him stop in his town.
And then they
buy some more.
And then they busted us in the bathroom, blowing smoke out the toilet holes, if so to speak.
Classy.
Yeah. That's a trip I wish I would have been on there with you.
No, man, you got to blow it through the toilet hole.
Dude, you step on the lever and a trap door opens up. You see the tracks going by underneath.
Wow.
In Smyrna, Georgia, Sam the wild turkey, who lived near a busy intersection on Smyrna's Sam Ridley Parkway, received a touching tribute Monday night. About a dozen Sam fans gathered near the intersection to share stories about their memories of Sam and light candles in his honor.
He got hit by what, an 18-wheeler?
It doesn't say. Strangely
Isn't that
enough.
something? Reporting isn't what he
and
used.
again, I found about 3 different versions of the story.
And
none of
none
them
told
said-
you why the dog died?
No, it's a turkey.
Turkey.
Wild turkey.
Close enough.
You know who would have been
The
there?
beloved animal.
The St. Paul Animal Control Scouts.
Molly Linares.
She would have been
Linares
there.
was there. She flew in.
That's exactly.
I wonder if we could at the state fair have somebody bring a turkey and then tell Such that it's one of those dogs with feathers.
They make girl ones out of these.
It's one of
You know those
Don't
feather
bark, they
dogs
gobble.
they ate at the fair, and your mind starts to boil. Just boil.
Yeah, I know.
Vigil organizer Connie Mazingo said he stood out. Our world is so busy, we don't take time for the little stuff, but nature is coming
Put
out
her in the
for us.
hospital. Put her in the nut house.
Patrick, have you seen the photo making the rounds today on Twitter of this hooded Merganser leading about 30 babies across the lake?
Oh, yes,
And
I did, yeah.
The problem with the hooded Merganser is it's the carp of ducks. It's seriously the worst duck that flies around, and they take over
it's
wood
not
duck.
as bad as the coot. But
No, I'd put the coot higher up than the hooded Merganser. They're awful, awful, awful ducks, and it just pains me to watch everybody all flushed with joy over this photo. It just makes me sick.
Worse than the raccoon in St. Paul?
Oh, they're on the equivalent, yeah.
You ever hear of a monk parakeet?
No.
We have those in Minnesota. You can shoot them anytime you see one. I
Really?
wouldn't know one if I saw one.
are they bad?
I don't know.
Are they like crows? Do you have to wait till they're about to do damage?
I don't know.
Speaking of animals, a zoo in Cairo, Egypt, has been caught trying to pass off a donkey as a zebra by painting it black and white.
Fantastic. A very short zebra.
The animal
Didn't we have a lab too that they did with the mane and
Well, they put the fake lion here.
Yeah.
hey kids, look at that lion.
The animal sanctuary in the Egyptian capital's International Garden Municipal Park was recently opened, but one visitor spotted something he thought was a little odd. Student Mahmoud Sarhani visited the zoo and took pictures of what he thought was an odd-looking zebra. The creature had unusually long ears and lacked the distinctive mane usually present on zebras. Closer inspection revealed the equine creature was in fact a strategically painted ass.
This was a private zoo, Johnny?
It's a zoo in Cairo, the Egyptian capital's International Garden. Yes, so it was all covered by the local area, and the vets confirmed it was a donkey. No word from the zoo on what they were trying.
They knew that when they petted it and their hands got paint on it. What do you got coming up?
Well, we're going to listen to Zim's press conference today, 11 minutes, and he paid a lot of tribute to Tony Soprano and talking about the start of the season, the start of practice, and Tim Kirkjian will be with us, and then Matthew Collar will also report in from Winter Park. So
when do they have the first exhibition game?
It's
weeks.
August 18th. It's a Saturday.
So it's 3 weeks before they play one. Oh.
But they're never gonna play a game at their practice place. They'll go to the bank.
No, they go to the bank. They play,
Got to go to the bank.
But Bud would have not. Bud would have not had the boys in starting practice yet. He kind of like that August 1st start. Not this is kind of early for him. So it would be early for him.
Oh, they made him gather by late July.
Yeah, he did, but he always was notorious for being
wasn't
the
happy
last
about
one.
it.
No. What I love though is the
1500 ESPN is KSTP St. Paul, Minneapolis, Royce next.